Hello, America. I'm going to start off this segment of Scott and a Shot. Before I do my shot, I'm going to play some tunes here. I'm going to do a shot right now while the music plays. Of course, tequila. All right. That's how you open up on Scott and the Shot. All right, guys. That song is how I feel about Donald Trump. I think he's a total stud, and I already voted for him. I already sent in my early ballot. So I live in California, so I don't think that's going to matter. I don't think you can win California. You got too many weird people over here, but, I cast it anyway because that's what it's all about. Watching his speech on TV earlier today, his press briefing, whatever he had there. I mean, it's crazy watching him bring on these parents of kids or family members that have been killed by these illegal aliens that they're just allowing to flow over our border. A lot of them, they know they have records with. I mean, they already know they have a record in their own country of crime, and they still let them in. There's terrorists, and they let them in. You know what I mean? They're letting people in. I mean, they're not. The screening is so sad that these people are coming right in. It doesn't matter what the background is. I mean, but listen to these parents and these family members that lost their loved ones, and nobody from the Democratic Party contacts them. It's only Donald Trump. He's the only one that's contacting these people and recognizing that what happened to them shouldn't have happened. I mean, you can't. Nobody knows when they're going to die or not. But I know this: when you let tens of millions of illegal aliens come into this country, the odds on you getting killed are greater than they were before they got here. I mean, that's what I do know. So yeah, but to hear their stories and to hear that them say that the Democratic Party never even contacted them at all, not one of them. Even after it makes national news, they don't even have enough common sense. Either they didn't want to do it, to do it anyway, just for looks. I mean, that's the only reason why. But they don't even do that. I mean, how cruel is that? I mean, my hat's off to Bill Clinton. Even though I don't like the guy, I thought he was a shit ass president, and all this crazy stuff started back when the Clintons got in office. At least he said, because he's old, he's got caught slipping, telling the truth. I mean, about the couple times they interviewed him lately, it looks like The Walking Dead. Are you sure he's not on The Walking Dead? You throw Bill Clinton into San Francisco and you can make a Walking Dead movie right now. I mean, the special effects are already there, people. That's how bad San Francisco is. Believe you me, I live in California. I can tell you, San Francisco is a sad sight. I mean, the rich people, they live away from it, but I mean, the normal people, the people that work for them, they got to live in shit. I mean, it's really a shit city anymore. I mean,
one thing that was bad, honey. They were talking that about one of the girls that was killed by the illegal. Kamala got her name wrong, called her Lincoln.
Lincoln Riley, right? Lincoln, yeah, like
She's called Lincoln.
That's nitpicking, but I'm just saying
not really.
That they don't care. It's crazy when you see a party that just doesn't care. They just don't. They can't even call and acknowledge the wrongful death. Exactly. I mean, so it's crazy, but anyway, I mean, I thought that was kind of odd about it. Other than that, Donald Trump's up there speaking why you should vote for him. Let's hit crime. Let's get crime down. Let's stop this animalistic behavior that we see from a lot of people still in a modern society. I mean, we got all these third world countries coming over here. I thought I heard today when earlier on there that there's people coming over here from countries that these are from countries where people have never even used a stove. So they're in these apartments or whatever in their housing, and they're a danger because they don't even know what a stove is. Not a gas stove, something you go and just turn on. I mean, we're talking primitive country still, people. I mean, so, but anyway, I thought that, he's nailing on the head about everything. Everything's bad. I mean, and nobody cares. I think they're all in on it except for Donald Trump. I think he's the one that he was the ingredient in whatever they're trying to do that they never saw coming. Either party, neither of them really thought Donald Trump would ever try to run for the president of the United States, and he did. And he put a big old fucking, he threw a wrench into that motor, man. I mean, it didn't need to be there. I mean, he messed it all up for all these politicians on both sides of the aisle, as far as I'm concerned. A lot of them, I think they're being nice to him. It's just because they know he's so popular that they're worried about it. I think they're all in on it, honestly, people. Democrats, Republican, but I'm voting for Donald Trump. After Donald Trump's gone, maybe we'll see what happens. I might keep voting again, but I can't vote for stupidity one way or the other. I mean, I'm not going to condone it. I won't vote for it. So I mean, so hopefully, maybe JD Vance will get in after Donald Trump. But that's what we need, people. We need consecutive terms of of a Republican president.
Yep.
That's in the same kind of mind frame that Donald Trump is in for being a conservative, and we need consecutive terms for president in order to straighten out this country. If we're only going to get it 4 years at a time, then it's pointless. That's why it keeps going back and forth. We need continual Republicans put into place to erase and eradicate all this crazy stuff that the Democrats have been propagating upon this country. I mean, so we need to get back to being happy Americans, smart Americans, proud Americans, together Americans. I mean, maybe the other day, I believe in the draft. I think all kids should spend 2 years in the military. Just because you're serving doesn't mean you're overseas at war. We're trying to prevent wars. But it gives kids a sense of pride in their country. I mean, it's something that they're not getting at home, obviously, anymore, people. I mean, it's pretty obvious. We have to have young men and women that are strong and Americans, strong citizens in order to defend our country, especially when you get older. You're not always going to be young. I'm finding that out right now. Being young is a good thing. Being old, it fucking sucks. That's why,
a little bit.
Why I'm retired and I party. Yeah, baby. Yeah, my wife don't party. I party. She allows me to party.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I love it though. I love a good woman. I love a good woman that doesn't sit there and waste her life with drugs. I love a good woman who wants to try to make her man happy and a man making her happy. That's what I believe in. I believe in heterosexual love between men and women having families. I mean, and I love my wife. I tell my wife every day I love her 1,000 times a day, people. I mean, that's what it's all about, man. It's about being best friends. It's about love and showing that love, not just talking about it. You gotta show it. Don't let your spouse read your mind. Tell her every day, people, girls, boys, tell each other if you love each other, you love each other. You never know when that last time is gonna be that you say it or you didn't say it when something happens. I mean, it's kind of like I got all my animals in urns in my house. They're all in urns. I spend $600-700 every time one of them dies, and I put them in an urn because I'm taking them with me. I mean, and when I die, I'm taking my animals with me because I love them. I mean, but I forget the point I was trying to make. That's why it's called Scott in the Shop, baby. I mean, I'm not a professional here. I'm just trying to, be real with everybody.
About love and making sure you let everybody know.
Yeah, but every time I went to put down one of my animals, I mean, I always thought I was doing something wrong. You always think you're doing something wrong. I mean, even though you're doing it out of love and they're all messed up, I mean, you always think you're doing it wrong. You're fucking up, and so nothing about it feels right. I mean, but that's my point. We're supposed to love each other, get along, take care of your family, love your family, tell them you love them and show it. Don't be a pussy. Don't be a pussy to grab your son, tell him you love him. Don't be a pussy to grab your daughter, tell you love him. And
I try to tell my kids every day. Tell them every day.
I go to see my parents. I only see them every now and then, and yeah, they're old. It's kind of hard because they don't like a lot of talk, but I'm trying to make up for lost time, and they're sitting there watching Gunsmoke. All my parents and all the people that are in their 70s and all that right now, they sit around watching Gunsmoke in the Western stations all day long. It's funny. I think it's cool because I grew up on that stuff too, man. Yeah. Let's watch Gunsmoke, man. Let's watch Bonanza. Let's watch all those killer old Western series back in the day and the movies. I mean, I loved it. I loved it all. But back when I was growing up, movies were based on a lot of it on real time events. A lot of Westerns, a lot of war movies. Some were fictional, some are real. It's based on real stuff. It's pretty cool. I mean, but anyway, So anyway, like I said, I just wanted to get back to you guys again tonight, partying, having a good time. You guys having fun? You partying? Nobody wants to watch my dumb ass when you're partying on it. Well, it's not the weekend, but every day's a weekend, baby. Come on, shit. I'm at that age where Friday. It's always Friday, Saturday night for me. So that's how I'm gonna go out. That's how I'm going out, man. But it's after years of hard work and being responsible. I mean, which has been very hard for me in my life because I like to have a good time. I mean, but hey, you got to be responsible. You got to, you can't be lecturing people if you can't, out of the side of your neck if you're not following, if you're not following with the words that are coming out of your mouth. And I do. I try to walk the walk as much as I can. I mean, I don't like shit talking bullshit. I don't like people talking stupid shit especially if it makes no sense. I like to have a good time. I like to joke around, hang out with smart people, have a good time. I like to do party material. I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't. It's not for children though. It should be around children. It should be legalized for children to get more easily. I mean, I wouldn't want to change my childhood or anything anything about my childhood. So I mean, I was smart enough to know what to do and what not to do. But I'm just saying that. So that's what I'm about. This is Scott in a Shot podcast. I'm probably gonna go. I just get itchy. Want to come on here and talk? Be crazy. I mean, I want to say hi to my brother. My uncle's really sick. I hope he gets better. He's got heart failure going on. My dad's got a tumor in his belly. He's got stomach cancer. Like I said, people, we're all getting older, all gonna die, and all we have is what's here now. And be real about it. Be truthful about it. Can't fix anything if you can't talk about it. So we all need to talk about it, whether you see eye to eye or not, and try to come to a point to where we can agree on and change things. I mean, yeah, we got to go forward and not backwards. So we got to figure out how to go forward together and come together. Let's find where we can all come into let's agree on a normal area, on things that are important to people, and let's all take a hit and give a little bit to get much more. We need peace and prosperity for our kids, for our family. We need strength in our country. We need people to work. We need legal and legit elections. I mean, we need a real people and real serious adults in our government, regardless of what you like how they're saying it. I don't like how Donald Trump talks all the time. I don't mind it really because I'm a guy. But my point is, it's not about what he's saying; it's about what he's doing. And I mean, I've heard it all. I mean, you all have to. So remember that. Vote on what's going to get done, and not on the way their style of saying how it's going to happen. I mean, if it's the right way, it's the right way, no matter how it comes off their lips. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so let's get that figured out for the people that don't have it figured out. And let's go forward in life. We're not supposed to look backwards for very long. We're supposed to look backwards long enough to learn, not long enough to keep crying and being butthurt about it. The past is the past. Let's move on as a society, as a world, and let's get this, but especially as America, as Americans, and vote American laws. I mean, vote for American values, and that's not abortion on demand. That's not transgenderism. That's not high inflation and butting the government's nose into every facet of our life 24/7 on a 24/7 news cycle. It's crazy, people. We all need to stop watching the news so much, just long enough to be, if you have common sense, you can figure out the rest of it. We need to stop giving these platforms so much time to fuck our shit up, because I think they're against us. I mean, the news organizations nowadays are not our friends, people. They're not. Fox is the nicest one because they're being truthful. I mean, the other ones are not your friends. I mean, they're lying. They're trying to sell you a bill of goods, and it's not there. I mean, it's just not there. I mean, but we can all try to figure out a way to come in the middle, and I think we can all get it to work out if we can get a bunch of adults in the room. A bunch of adults in the room trying to figure shit out, not children like I see on the Democratic Party right now. A bunch of children whining about stupid little shit. I mean, we're never going to get shit figured out thinking about that kind of crazy stuff. We need to figure out the basics first, get that panned out, and then we can do all this little stuff once we, see if we can calm down everything in the world right now, because everybody looks up. We're the beacon of the world, remember? So we got to show them some strength and not all this other crazy, stupid transgender changing sex, boys and girls sports, everything we're trying, because we're pushing it on them. They're not liking it. I don't think I don't think they'd like it. But anyway, this is Scott in a Shot. I'm out of here. Gonna have a good time. You go have a good time tonight, and we'll catch you guys later. All right.